except for a man. One giant...
Hold the jokes, team. We got a lot of work to do here.
Destination on base MT4. Docking gateway provision priority. Highest. Coast crossing route. Always in favor of HB11. Priority launch and landing has been approved by Crust.
Team, get ready to head back home. Over. Watch yourself out there. Lunar night is coming. Stand by, Alpha Team. We've got visitors.
Tranquilitatis Logistics to incoming transition. Please state your intentions. Over.
Alice to MT Logistics. We have received clearance and hold a signed contract with Mr. Holloway for our mining operations in this designated sector. We're here to commence our activities as scheduled.
MT Logistics to Alice. We weren't informed of your early arrival. We've just finished building the elevator for your drones to access the underground facilities. At the moment, all the electricity is being used to charge the batteries as we prepare for night. We can't route power to the elevator right now. I suggest you keep your mining buddies in orbit for the next 2 weeks while we wait for the sun to come up, sweetheart.
We made it here right on schedule, but waiting for the next morning on the moon, a whole 2 weeks of downtime, is utterly unacceptable. This could jeopardize our entire mining contract. We need a better plan. And the name's Alice. Not sweetheart. Good afternoon, Director. This is Alice, your Vice President. We have a bit of a situation here, but I'm already on it. First, let's test our connection. Give this dialog box a click if you're hearing me loud and clear. Connection solid. That's a start. Give me a few minutes to secure our landing clearance. Feel free to soak in the sights while you wait. I'm sure you have a great view of the moon from your orbital station. So, Robert, do we have a deal?
Let me be clear. A 2-week power outage equals job loss and a costly lawsuit for me. I don't care who you are, get Holloway on this. But no power for you and your toys until sunrise. We just don't have extra electricity right now.
Look, Robert, you and I got off on the wrong foot. Our drones were originally designed for autonomous construction and repair, and we've brought the necessary resources. Grant us landing permission, and we'll handle the power situation ourselves. This benefits both of us. More solar panels for you, and we could land our toys and get going. They also can handle the repairs. So, should I update Mr. Holloway on our successful collaboration?
All right, Alice. You have permission to land. Make sure your fancy drones don't break anything. Over and out.
Director, it's your call. Permission to land has been granted.
Objective achieved.
Choose a place to land the pods near the elevator. To do this, click on the notification on the left side of the screen and select an appropriate location.
Director, your primary responsibility is to ensure resource extraction and processing at our logistics hub on the Sea of Tranquility. Currently, it depends on external supplies. If you can address this issue, even partially, rest assured, we'll secure long-term contracts for you in the years to come. I personally vouched for your mission to the board. I'd hate to send you home with nothing. Better help me convince these old-timers that you are a promising team and your work is the future.
Absolutely, Mr. Holloway. Both the director and I are immensely grateful to you. Our focus is on establishing a long-term partnership, and we'll do our utmost to make it a reality. To get started, select the required Director, place the holograms of solar panels on the highlighted sites. Our drones will pick up necessary resources and begin construction.
Would you look at that? They've actually built them. Not a bad start at all. Alice, can you hear me? All the energy from these panels will go to you. But if you want to work at night, you need to take care of saving it now. For this, you're going to need some batteries.
Well, thank you for your unwavering faith in our abilities, Robert. And I hope we've convinced you that we know what we're doing. And now our suddenly efficient drones will be busy building batteries. Director, he's absolutely right. A night on the moon is almost 14 and a half Earth days without the sun, and we do need batteries. Build 4 of them next to the solar panels.
You can't build here. Objective achieved.
Well, your drones really know how to build. Now use the wiring tool and connect the solar panels and batteries. You just need to power up the elevator and you'll gain access to the underground level.
Switch to the utilities mode and select the wiring tool. You can right-click to quickly...
Objective achieved.
Now that everything is up and running, let's get down to business. Switch to the underground level by pressing tab.
Objective achieved.
Great! To start mining, build the drone configuration module. The elevator transfers power from the surface to the underground level. No need to worry about that. Now wire it to the elevator to power the module.
Pardon my curiosity, but how are you going to extract lunar regolith with cargo robots? I'm far from a robotics expert, of course, but it seems like we have more questions than answers at this point.
That's an excellent question, Robert, and I'd be delighted to answer it. However, I need to wrap up some things first. The drone reconfiguration module allows up to 5 drones to be converted into mining drones and vice versa. Now let's have the drones excavate an area measuring 50 standard units. In the meantime, I'll have a chat with our curious Bob. To order the drones to start the excavation, you need to use the highlighting tool and mark areas for digging, and the mining drones will do the rest. Robert, to answer your question, our company has been providing repair and maintenance services for robotics and mining equipment for over 10 years.
Objective achieved.
We were involved in the development and maintenance of technology for lunar mining, along with the first industrial expeditions to the moon, even before the construction of the space elevator and the full-scale development of the moon by mankind. And I'm pleased to inform you, Robert, that by pooling our vast experience, we have been able to develop and implement multifunctional drone technology that can be re-equipped for a variety of tasks. Did I answer your question in enough detail, or should I send you a set of materials for review? I can throw in a set of coloring books.
All right, Alice, I get the hint. You do your job and I'll mind my own business. Director, I understand that I can be difficult at times, but your Alice is quite remarkable. She reminds me of my ex-wife.
We're all still on the same channel, Robert.
So, what's up with those coloring books?
I'll send them to your wife along with some flowers. She's not... Wait. We're getting distress signals from everywhere. Director, the alert system isn't malfunctioning. We have to check.
This is an emergency broadcast. We have detected an imminent asteroid collision with the moon's surface. We are currently assessing the extent of the damage and the number of casualties. At this moment, our teams are working tirelessly to restore communication with lunar outposts. For those still on the moon, be aware that we are mobilizing all available resources to assist you. Conserve your energy and ration your supplies until further notice. Additional information will be provided as the situation unfolds. Stay tuned for updates. Over and out.
I repeat, Crust has declared a state of emergency of the first degree. Commercial shipments and cargo landings are prohibited. All complexes, resources, and facilities on the moon are now under Crust control. All remaining facilities should switch to emergency frequency and report their status. Conserve energy and resources, and await further instructions.
What's happening? Director, can you hear me? You could have done it more quickly and spared me the worry. Director, there's still no signal from the personnel of the base. I'll try again, but my hope is dwindling. Robert, come in. Robert, do you copy? There appear to be no survivors. I'm glad you were on the orbital station when the collision happened. I suggest you stay there as long as possible. We should try to hold out until logistics with Earth are restored. Start with electricity. We still have resources and functional drones. That should be enough for a few solar panels and batteries.
Judging by the seismic activity, the meteorite impact occurred on the far side of the moon. We're lucky it happened so far away from our mission, but the strength of the blast wave raises a lot of questions.
Is that all the head of the research department can say? Somewhere far away there was an explosion and we don't know the cause?
Scientists are working with proven facts, not speculating on fragmentary evidence. Much more data would be needed to reach the conclusions.
We have electricity, but our resource reserves are almost depleted. We need to restore production as soon as possible. Let's start with repairing the elevator to gain access to the underground level. Then build a charging station for the drones. Make sure that elevator and charging station are connected to the power network.
Objective achieved.
Director, we're getting word of supply shortages from almost everywhere on Earth. The explosion cut off most of the supply channels from the moon. Millions of people are in need of resources, and we can satisfy that demand. Supplies used to run through the contract system, but it came to a complete halt after the explosion. We might be able to fix that.
The explosion destroyed everything on the surface, but there may still be mining modules underground. We need to go down and see what we have left.
Objective achieved.
Director, we need to reconnect the power supply to the underground level. Connect the elevator and electrical pole with wires so we can see the scale of the damages.
Objective achieved.
That's better. I see that we have a module to produce smart concrete, but we have an urgent need to resume production of steel and silicone. Director, I have an idea. First, convert 5 drones into miners, and we'll proceed.
Objective achieved.
The drone reconfiguration module allows up to 5 drones to be converted.
We have smelting furnaces, but to start producing any resource, the relevant oxides are always needed. We will now mine them with the mining drones. Director, we have access to iron and silicone veins. Assign drones to mine the resources from the veins to supply the processing modules with raw materials.
Objective achieved.
You can now watch mining drones extract the oxides, and working drones deliver them to the smelting furnace.
Enter excavation mode and assign mining drones to mine resources directly.
You can adjust the game speed by selecting the desired speed.
Director, you can never have too much smart concrete, so it's worth spending time to produce it. For this purpose, we have a pressing module, which may not be the most efficient way, but it's good enough to start with. The pressing module requires only regolith, which is a type of lunar dirt plentiful here. Assign mining drones to the evacuation so that we have the resources we need. Free drones will deliver the regolith to production themselves.
Director, here's the latest news regarding contracts. To resume shipments to Earth, we'll need to restore communication and significantly expand production. If we manage this in the near term, I'll negotiate an extremely lucrative contract with the aerospace company FASM. They've lost their supplier and are willing to pay generously for an urgent order. I'm still looking into the matter, but be prepared to devote all resources to this effort if you want to maximize the benefits. I'll return as soon as new information becomes available.
Objective achieved.
Well, that's a start. There should be enough smart concrete for the first time.
Director, we have a message on the emergency channel. I'll put it on the screen.
Attention. This is Arthur Moore, commander of the Hope 2 orbital station. The station has sustained severe damage from multiple collisions. We have lost key control modules. A hard moon landing will occur in the coming weeks. Request assistance from anyone who hears this message. All crew members are ordered to take shelter in Block 4. I repeat.
The debris from the meteorite impact must have gotten Hope 2. I'm already contacting Crust to report it.
Director, my name is Clyde Draper, and I lead the Crust search and rescue operation. We are aware of the situation with Hope 2, and are already developing an evacuation plan. There's still a chance to restore resource mining and production at your facility, and it's in our mutual interest for you to assist us.
With all due respect, Director, I do not share your doubts. People are in danger, and if it's in our power to help them, we must do so.
With all due respect, Alice, altruism has clouded your judgment. Crust is clearly asking for grant aid that we cannot afford right now. I suggest we focus on restoring production and resuming shipments to Earth, where resources are urgently needed right now. Also, I've negotiated a prepayment with FASM. We can use their funds if we start reestablishing the contract.
But all you care about is profit. If that's the case, think of the technology Crust will provide. It's worth as much as our base in its current state.
Do we pay a fair price for their technology? Don't forget, Director, by accepting Crust's offer, we will allow them to decide how our base is developed. We'll have to focus on the construction of the living quarters and postpone the expansion of high-tech manufacturing and investigation of the meteorite case.
Crust is going to accommodate the surviving Hope-2 crew members at your base in exchange for equipment and technologies for us to carry out a rescue mission. If you accept Crust's offer, you will lose access to the FASM contract, for which the corporation is willing to pay upfront.
Good choice. You need to establish contact with the station, assist the commander with the evacuation, and then transport the team to your base. You should have living quarters suitable for sustaining life by then. Begin preparations for the construction of the living quarters immediately. It is a complex and resource-intensive structure, so maximize and optimize production so you're ready when survivors arrive. In summary, your main tasks are: contact the station and ensure the transport of the crew to your base. Construct a residential facility with life support systems. We will send a research plan and transportation for search and rescue operations shortly.
We've barely recovered from the explosion. Now our base is just a couple of mining and processing modules. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to save the crew, but it'll be almost impossible in such a short amount of time. We definitely can't do it alone. I will send a request to colleagues and inform you when new information becomes available.
Indeed, the timing's not ideal. However, we still have the ability to break down the task and move towards our goal. First, we need to ramp up production. Living quarters will require a lot of resources. We have smelting furnaces, but we need extractors and refineries to extract oxides from mined regolith. Director, Crust has handed us the research plan, and we're ready to begin. Research underground mining and place 2 extractors on the iron and silicon veins.
Don't forget that extractors need electricity. Hold down shift to build a chain of utility poles.
Research complete. Objective achieved.
I see in the data that the extractors have started mining. Now, finish the research and build 2 regolith refineries for producing iron and silicon, respectively. Director, the regolith refineries similarly to optimize future production. Necessary oxides from the regolith by thermal treatment. The process leaves slag that can also be used in production.
Objective achieved.
The single regolith refinery is a mono-refinery that can only produce one type of oxide at a time. Be sure to select the recipes for iron and silicon oxide to start production.
Objective achieved.
Director, a conveyor belt will speed up production and eliminate the need for drones in resource delivery. I advise you to keep an eye on this technology.
You heard him, Director. Now we have a steel production chain, but we can increase its efficiency by connecting the modules with conveyor belts. It will reduce the load for drones and speed up production. Exactly what we need right now.
Research complete.
Use the conveyor tool and connect the extractor to the refinery and smelting furnace. This way, the resource-rich regolith will go into the refinery without needing to engage drones. Optimization at its best.
managed to dispatch the research rover scout. It's essential for your next mission. Examine the satellite repeater and make contact with the Hope 2 crew. Mr. Ratchet will help you sort out the controls. You're free to use data that will help with the mission. Some of it will expedite the research. Professor Wilfrey knows what to do with it.
Ratchet, have you heard the news? Crust put you in charge of the new toy. We don't have much time to contact the crew, so helping the director get the rover to the repeater is your top priority.
Not only did we lose almost all of our equipment, but we also turned out to be the last hope for Crust and the Hope Station. Anyway, Director, we're in a hurry. Land the cargo pod with the rover and we'll proceed.
Well, don't move until I see it. Apollo 12, Houston. Good, Houston. Man must get more.
Horizon 6. Almost everything has been modified. Only the hull is original. There's serious hardware there. Even Crust doesn't have much like it. Send it off base and see what we can find with it.
Okay, Houston, as I stand out here in the wonders of the unknown in Hadley, I come to realize there's a fundamental truth to our nature.
Objective achieved. Objective achieved.
Attention. This is First Vice President Alice Vance speaking. We have received equipment and coordinates and are beginning a rescue operation as per Crust directive. Our mission, to safely evacuate the crew of Hope 2 and get them back to base in one piece. By this time, habitable living quarters must be completed. Director, you need to send a rover to the repeater and contact the station crew. Professor Wilfrey, please request Crust life support technology. Ratchet, we're going to need a cargo truck for crew transport. Take care of it for us. Personnel on Earth to proceed under new directives issued by your immediate supervisor. Cannot rely solely on Crust to deliver all the equipment. We need to prepare ourselves. We need a cargo truck to deliver the crew, and we need it now. Ratchet, any ideas?
We can try to fix this piece of scrap metal. It's a Pathfinder 3B, an outdated model, but it has increased maneuverability and payload capacity. Just what we need. The engine is running. This old timer may not look like much, but the cargo truck has passed all tests and is ready for operation.
Director, we've established communication with the station.
We didn't expect anyone to respond. The situation is critical. The station has suffered a lot of damage. The navigation system is down. Power and life support systems are failing. There are some wounded, but so far everyone's alive. Now that we have a signal from the surface, I'll try to keep the crew reassured. We'll activate the emergency beacon so you can pick us up after landing. What do you mean you're not ready to rescue us? Listen to me. You must make it happen. People's lives depend on your work. Our orbit is decaying. We can't change course. I'll reroute energy from Block 6 and 2 and try to delay the lunar landing as much as possible. Our lives are in your hands, Director. Hurry up.
Director, we'll send a cargo truck as soon as we receive the crew's coordinates. You don't have to worry about the delivery.
Director, we urgently need to build living quarters and get them out there. Professor, have we received the necessary technologies?
Crust has handed over the research plan. They agreed to help, but the main burden will fall on our shoulders.
Living quarters will require a lot of space.
Director, I consider it my duty to remind you that lunar research is divided into 3 main fields: fundamental, engineering, and social. Each laboratory is capable of conducting independent research, but studying certain technologies may require the cooperation of multiple fields. All available research is grouped into 3 main directions. Some research requires multiple types of science points at once. You can assign tasks in different sections, and then the research plan will be conducted in parallel. The speed of research depends on your science points. You can always rearrange your research to actualize the priorities for your current goals.
Director, news about the difficult situation with Hope 2 has reached us. We are ready to provide a base to temporarily accommodate the crew. The offer has already been sent to your representative.
Message from an unknown sender. Security needs a little time to decrypt. Okay, Director, Malachite has responded to our request for help. They are offering assistance to our rescue operation, but there's a catch. I'll put the message on the screen now. The Malachite lunar base is not designed for long-term human occupancy, but it is equipped with small life support modules. Judging by the sensors, they're still functioning. Malachite is offering to temporarily accommodate the crew on their base to give us time to build what we need. However, if you read their offer carefully, it implies that we will have to return the favor if necessary. We can agree to their terms to make the rescue go smoothly, but remember that in that case, we will owe them a favor in return. In any case, the decision is yours. In the current circumstances, we have to accept any help we can get, Director.
Malachite sent the geolocation of their base. I've marked it on the map. Now we have a place to accommodate the crew from Hope 2. But my gut tells me it can't be that easy. Director, let's confirm our destination for the crew after evacuation. Send the rover to the abandoned Malachite base.